Hello, my name is Alex. For my entire life, I was the dreamer in a family of realists. This was not a compliment. In my family, dreamer was a polite word for failure. It was a word that meant lazy, lost, and no future. My family, the Harrisons, believed in one thing: the safe, practical, predictable path. Before we move forward, show a little love. Please take a second to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and comment where in the world you're listening from. I love seeing how far my stories travel. My father, Mark, was a man who lived his life by the clock. He wore a gray suit every day and worked as a mid-level manager at a bank. He believed in pensions, 401ks, and never, ever taking a risk. My mother, Susan, was a woman who believed in what the neighbors thought. Her biggest fear was being embarrassed. My older brother, Tom, was their masterpiece. He was just like our father. He got a degree in finance. He got a job at the same bank as our dad. He drove a sensible car. He was successful. He was safe. I was the problem. I was not safe. I did not want to work at a bank. I did not want to climb a corporate ladder. I wanted to build something. I saw the world in colors, in ideas, in code. While Tom was learning about leveraged buyouts, I was teaching myself how to program. I had an idea, a big one. I wanted to build a platform, an app, a place for independent artists, musicians, and creators to manage their business, to sell their work, and to connect with people who believed in them. I called it Aura. It was my passion. It was my future. To my family, it was a cute hobby, a pointless waste of time. The breaking point happened at a family dinner. I was 20 years old. I was home from college for the summer. I was supposed to be studying for a safe business degree, but I had made a decision. I was not going back. I was going to drop out and dedicate my entire life to building my company. I sat at the dinner table, my hands shaking. "Mom, Dad, Tom," I said, "I have something to tell you. I am not going back to school next semester." My mother stopped eating. "What did you say?" My father looked at his watch, a habit he had when he was annoyed. "This better be good, Alex. You are wasting time." I took a deep breath. "I am going to start my company," I said. "My app, Aura. I am going to build it. It is what I am meant to do." There was a long, cold silence. My mother looked at my father, terrified. My father just stared at me. Then my brother Tom, he laughed. It was not a small chuckle. It was a loud, ugly, barking laugh. He put his fork down. You are joking, right?" he said. "You are going to drop out of school. To sell feelings? To build an app for starving artists? Alex, that is the stupidest thing I have ever heard." My father's face turned dark. "She is not joking," he said, his voice cold. "She's just a fool." He looked at me. There was no love in his eyes. There was just disappointment and disgust. "A dreamer," he said. "I knew it. You have no future, Alex. You are throwing your life away on a fantasy." "It is not a fantasy," I said, my voice shaking. "It is a real business." "It is nothing," my father yelled, slamming his hand on the table. "It is a daydream. You will be broke in 6 months. You will come crawling back here begging for a real job, begging for help." "No, I will not," I said. "I will be successful." Tom laughed again. "Successful? You? You will be lucky if you can pay your rent. This is the real world, Alex, not your little computer fantasy. You have no idea how to survive." "Then let her learn," my father said. He stood up. "Fine. You want to be an adult? You want to be a businesswoman? Go, you are on your own. You are cut off. Not one more dollar from this family. Do not call us. Do not ask us for anything. Go and fail." I looked at my mother. She was just sitting there, silent, looking at her plate. She would not defend me. I was alone, so I stood up. I did not cry. I did not yell. I left. I went to my room, I packed one bag, and I walked out the front door. I heard them laughing as I left. They were laughing at me. My new life began that night. I had $800 in my bank account. I found a tiny, terrible apartment. It was not even an apartment. It was a box. It was a single room on the 4th floor of a building that smelled like old cooking oil and damp carpet. I had a mattress on the floor, a hot plate that only had one temperature, burning, and a small plastic desk I had found on the curb. My one window looked out at a brick wall. It was a prison, but it was my prison. It was the place I worked. It was the place I cried, and it was the place I coded. I would sit on that mattress and I would just build. I was not just a CEO, I was a waitress. I got a job at a coffee shop from 6 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. I would go home, sleep for 4 hours, and then I would work. I would code. From 6 at night until 3 or 4 in the morning, I would build my app. Aura. I lived on burnt coffee, tips, and instant noodles. I did not go out. I did not see anyone. My life was a small gray loop. Wake up, serve coffee, sleep, code, repeat. It was so lonely. The loneliness was a physical thing. It was a heavy, cold coat I could not take off. I was 21 years old. I would scroll through social media on my 5-minute breaks. I would see my old college friends going to parties. I would see him, my brother Tom. He posted a picture of himself on a boat. He was wearing a new, expensive watch. He was smiling. The caption read, "Hard work pays off." I almost threw my phone across the room. His hard work was a safe 9-to-5 job that our father had gotten for him. My hard work was scrubbing dried milk off a steam wand at midnight, just so I could go home and code for 9 hours. There were so many times I almost failed. I remember one night it was winter. My cheap laptop, my only lifeline, the only thing that held my entire company, it died. The screen just went black. I did not have money for a new one. I did not have money to get it fixed. I sat on my mattress in the cold room and I broke. I cried. I cried for that stupid safe business degree I had thrown away. I cried for a normal life. I was done. I was going to call them. I was going to pick up the phone and I was going to crawl back, just like they said I would. I picked up my phone. I had a new text. It was a group text from my mother. It was a picture of my brother, Tom, standing next to his new car, a brand new BMW. So proud of our successful boy. She had written. I looked at the picture. I looked at his smug, smiling face. And then I thought about them. At the dinner table, laughing. A dreamer with no future, selling feelings, come crawling back. The sadness. It burned away. It was replaced by a cold, hard, clean anger. No, I whispered to the empty room. I will not fail. I will not. I took my entire paycheck for the week. I took it to a repair shop. The man fixed my laptop. I had no money left for food. I ate ketchup packets from the coffee shop for dinner that week. And I kept coding. For 2 years, I lived in that gray loop. Work, sleep, code. Then finally, it was done. Aura was built. It was a simple, beautiful, and powerful app. It was a tool that let independent artists build a website, manage their inventory, and handle their finances, all in one place. It was the app I had dreamed of. I used the last of my savings to launch it on the App Store. I sent emails to a few small art blogs. I did not expect anything. I went to my coffee shop job. I came home. I opened my laptop, and my life had changed. One of the blogs I had emailed, a very popular, very influential tech blog, had not just written a review. They had made it their front page story. The title was, "The App That Is About to Change the Art World," and it was built by one woman in an apartment. My app did not just get a few users. It got 10,000 users in one day. My tiny server crashed. My email inbox exploded. It was not just artists. It was investors. It was venture capital firms. The people my father and brother respected. They wanted to talk to me. I quit my job at the coffee shop. I bought a new suit, a cheap one, but it was a suit. I took a meeting, a real meeting, in a real boardroom. I was terrified. But as I started to talk, I was not scared. I was not a waitress. I was the CEO of Aura. I knew my business better than anyone. I did not talk about feelings. I talked about market gaps. I talked about scalable solutions. I talked about profit margins. The venture capital firm did not laugh. They saw me. They saw my work. "You are not a dreamer, Alex," the lead investor told me. "You are a builder." They invested $3 million. The next year was a blur. I was not in a tiny box anymore. I had an office, a real office with glass walls. I had a team. I hired other coders. I hired marketing people. I was not just a programmer. I was a boss. I worked harder than ever. But this was different. This was not survival. This was creation. We built Aura into a powerhouse. It became the #1 platform for independent creators in the world. 2 years later, we were acquired. A huge global tech company bought Aura. They did not just buy the app. They bought me. They wanted me to stay on as CEO. The sale, It was for a number I still cannot say out loud without my hands shaking. I was not just successful. I was not just safe. I was rich. I bought a home, a beautiful minimalist penthouse high above the city. It was all glass and white marble. It was clean. It was quiet. It was safe. I stood at my floor-to-ceiling window, looking down at the world that had tried to crush me. I had survived. I had won. I looked at my wrist. I had bought myself a watch. A beautiful, simple, elegant watch. It was much nicer than my father's. I did not need it to tell time. I needed it to remind me that my time was finally my own. My success was not quiet. It was loud. My name was in Forbes, the barefoot CEO who built $1 billion niche. The story told my journey. It mentioned my practical family and our estrangement. The world knew I was a success. And soon my family knew it too. The silence I had lived with for 7 years. It finally broke. My phone buzzed. A text from a number I did not know. "Hi, Alex, honey. It is Mom. I got your number from your aunt. I just saw the article. We saw it. Oh, honey, we are so proud of you. We always knew you would do it." I stared at the text. We always knew you would do it. The lie was so big it was almost funny. I did not reply. An hour later, another text. "Alex, please. Your father. He wants to see you. We all do. We want to celebrate. Please, we miss you so much. We are your family." Celebrate? I knew it was not a celebration. It was an invoice. They had seen my name, and they were coming to collect. But I was not the girl at the dinner table anymore. I was the CEO, and I was curious. "Fine," I texted back. "My office tomorrow, 10 a.m. They arrived at 9:50. My assistant buzzed me. "Your family is here?" she asked, her voice confused. She knew my story. "Send them in," I said. The door to my office opened. My office was huge. It was all white, with a giant window overlooking the entire city. They walked in. My father, Mark, my mother, Susan, and my brother, Tom. They looked small. They looked gray. Their safe lives had not been kind. My father's suit was old. My mother's hair was thin. And Tom, my successful brother, he looked broken. He was pale. He was sweating. He would not look at me. They stood in the middle of my office, looking around. They were intimidated. "Good." "Hello," I said. I did not stand up. I stayed behind my giant marble desk. "Sit down." They sat. They looked so uncomfortable. "Alex," my mother started. Her voice was shaking. This place is amazing. We are so proud. Why are you here?" I asked. I was not angry. I was not sad. I was just a boss. My father cleared his throat. He looked at Tom. Tom just stared at his hands. My father spoke. "Alex," he said, we need your help. We are in trouble." I waited. "It is Tom," he said. He made a mistake at the bank. A bad investment. He did not just lose his money. He lost the bank's money. A lot of it. They are suing him. They are going to arrest him. We have to pay it back, or he is going to go to jail. We will lose our house." "How much?" I asked. $200,000, my father whispered. I did not say anything. I just looked at them. "Alex, please!" My mother burst into real ugly tears. "He is your brother. We are your family. You are so successful. You are so rich. $200,000. It is just pocket change to you. You have to help us. You have to save him." My father stood up. "Your mother is right. We are your family. We may have been hard on you, but we made you who you are. We gave you the push you needed. You owe us this." "You did not push me," I said. I finally stood up. I walked to my window. "You threw me away. You laughed at me. You told me I had no future. You told me to come crawling back." I turned around. I looked at them. "I remember a dinner," I said. "I remember a boy who laughed at me. He said I was stupid for selling feelings. I remember a man who told me I was a dreamer and a failure. I remember a mother who sat there and said nothing. We were wrong," my father whispered. "We did not know." "You did not believe," I said. "You did not believe in me. You do not get to come here now, to my company, the one I built with my own blood and my own tears, and ask for a loan. You do not get to take credit for my success. This was not built because of you. This was built despite you." I looked at my brother, Tom. He was finally looking at me. His eyes were full of terror. "I am sorry, Tom," I said. "I cannot give you a loan." "Please," he whispered. "Alex, please. I am begging you." "I am sorry," I said. "But I do not have a future. I'm just a dreamer, remember? I am sure you will be fine. You have a real job. You are a realist. You just need to survive on your own." I pressed the intercom on my desk. "Security," I said. "Please show Mr. and Mrs. Harrison out." And their guest? They were stunned. They were broken. My mother was wailing. My father just looked old. Security came in. They did not touch them. They just stood there. My family. They were no longer my family. They were just trespassers. They stood up, and they walked out of my office. They walked out of my life. I turned back to my window. I looked down at the city, my city, and I took a deep, clean breath. I was not a dreamer. I was the one who had made it real.